Konami, we make Yu-Gi-Oh! Now.
Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pachinko. Greetings, everyone. This is the Hipster Snek, joined today by Master Ditaku.
Hey, Professor. Hey, remember when Konami made games?
Hey, yeah, I remember. Yes, this is... Whoops. Boktai.
What's the full Japanese title, Professor?
Bokara no Taiyo? Yes.
Yeah, see, that there's a reason for that weird set of characters right there.
Yep.
That weird name.
And there is a save file, but I have not played in God knows how long, so we're just gonna get cooking. So obviously, I am Solar Snekgo. Not to be confused with Snekgo, totally different person. Right, I forgot about this. The game actually tries to ballpark it so that it is as close to the real world time and place settings as it possibly can be in order to calibrate the solar sensor. Problem being is, well, I'm emulating this, obviously, and I can't use a physical solar sensor. So this information is completely irrelevant. I appreciate them doing this. I think it's actually kind of necessary for what it is they're doing.
Although, I mean, that being said, once you do, and actually, the two of us, I think we went through Boktai without a guide, and we both felt like, brain age geniuses.
Yeah. They can all be... I think the easiest one is probably Shinbok, but...
Or, yeah, the third game.
Yeah.
Istrakan, the city of death.
Yeah, the clock in-game is not going to be synchronized with the real world, so you guys are just going to have to deal with the fact that the game thinks we're playing at midnight. This is the trainered version of the game, and so I can set the solar sensor to whatever I need it to be, which is going to be very vital for how we play the game going forward. This is the City of Death, Istrakan. Since time immemorial, this dark city has been ruled by a race known as the Immortals. But now, at last, the sun is rising.
But we're not going to talk about, how the Immortals get retconned in the fourth game or anything.
Shh, you're not supposed to know that yet. You've come at last. The heir to the solar gun... The heir to the solar gun, Gun del Sol. I'm expositing. The new vampire hunter. My name is Otinko, messenger of the sun. Together we will bring light back to this world. The castle ahead is the vampire lord. Let's go, solar boy. Now you see, you might mistakenly think the vampire lord is the biggest, baddest vampire of them all. You would be wrong. He's small fry. He's small potatoes.
Oh, the vampire that you're about to kill? No, he is literally a weenie. He is, it's like little weenie juniors club. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it literally thinks it's midnight. That's funny. Oh well.
I'll say this: I actually wish that they had kept these in the foreboding, introduction to the dungeons.
Yeah, there is something to them.
Like, let me tell you, the dungeons in Boktai are like ridiculously huge.
Yeah.
So
here we'll do. Watch.
Yeah.
This is the pile driver.
Taiyo!
The Vampire Lord, leader of the race of immortal vampires. The wounds your father gave him have not healed. This is our only chance. Even you can do it, if you act now. Listen, Solar Boy, bring him in his coffin back here. We'll purify him with sunlight and this pile driver. We'll need sunlight to start the pile driver. See the gauge with the sun mark in the lower right corner? Shows a level of sunlight striking the solar sensor. It's called the solar gauge. You can't use the pile driver when the sunlight is level 0. But thankfully for us, that's not going to become a problem.
Yes, but I mean that is See, now you have to understand, ladies, gentlemen, and cosmic space whales, that, ordinarily, fighting vampires, you'd say, oh, well, can't you pull the solar sensor to max? I mean, you have that ability. Yeah, the game will punish you for that if you do that.
The game has ways of counterbalancing that, so we'll get into that later, but yeah. Solar Boy. Let's go over the solar gun, Gun del Sol, one more time. Press B button to the fighter frame equipped to fire a solar shot. Use the shot to stun the undead, because it does basically no damage, because this frame is awful. Attacks from behind are the most effective. With the energy in your solar battery...
you don't have the...
Yeah,
you don't even have the spread.
Nope, that's the night frame.
Oh, no!
The energy in your solar battery is lower right corner runs out. You won't be able to use your solar gun. Recharge letting the sunlight strike the solar sensor. May the sun be with you. Yes, this is one of the meta mechanics.
The one thing that, the Gun del Sol is known for, and you can't even do it yet.
You get the night pretty fast. We aren't going to have to wait for it. Now, right now, because we're outside and the game thinks it's night, there would be books out and about. There are not, so, lol, easy modo. But now we're inside the building,
I think
so
there
the game
are,
begins.
but
they die.
They melt, yeah.
Yep. Panel on this wall is an Otinko panel. Press the A button when the mark is flashing to summon me. Don't be afraid to ask for advice. My knowledge might come in handy. So we can also do, some neat tricks. For instance, this is a skylight.
Some funny memes.
You see how my solar gauge is flashing? That means that Django here is in sunlight. And those green flashing crystals, those contain, these are dark bugs, but there's also solar bugs and life bugs. And also, well, actually, I guess we can go over it now. We have our items. These heal health. This recharges energy. We have our gun, which is made up of 3 permanent parts and 1 optional part. The lens, the battery, the frame, and the grenade. And grenades are limited, and we'll only find a certain number of those, so we use those cautiously. But they're just determined to drain my battery, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Mm-hmm.
This is a solar bank. As long as sunlight's hitting the sensor, this will charge. If it runs out, well, you can't recharge at solar stations. Simple as. There's also a solar bank, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Oh, are you going to go into darkness loans?
Oh, yeah. Well, I probably won't use them because I generally try to avoid that if I can. But there is a place where you can loan sunlight energy at extortionate rates. Ah, here it is. Looks like you got the Night solar gun frame.
Where did the Immortals get this?
My dad probably dropped it. He was kind of a klutz. You equip it, you can use the solar spread. Now we can actually hurt the undead with our gun. Alright, buttons like the item screen, which is what we just went over. The Knight and the Fighter come from the same series of frames, so you'll see they have the same basic shape. But you see that the Fighter has blank for attack? Yeah, literally cannot hurt enemies. So this is a very welcomed upgrade. Those who are fans of Mega Man Battle Network recognize this.
Oh, but Snek, why would you ever use that? There actually are situations that you'd want to use the other one.
Yep.
I mean, it's very...
No, it's a situational as all get out, but...
Yeah.
It's a ghoul.
That's a ghoul.
Bulk.
A bulk.
Type of undead serves the Immortals. Bulks are weak, but don't let them spot you. Try to avoid confrontation. Hide in shadows or run past when they're not looking. When the bulk spots you, he attacks with chloropholon, dark substance. If you get chloropholon all of you, it will start to deplete your life.
And let me tell you, it is, like, devastating in this game. They actually nerfed the bulks for that reason.
Yes. Shake that stuff off as quickly as you can. You also sterilize it with your gun, okay? Well, you see, that's where thinking smarter, not harder, comes into play. Because this is a Kojima game.
We're gonna do a little bit of trolling. We're gonna do a little bit of trolling. Come on, buddy. No, I swear, I'm over here.
my god, the sun's out! We like to have fun here.
You know, it's even funnier with the blind enemies, like the mummies.
Where they'll literally be standing in front of you and go, guess nothing's here.
Yeah, or you can use your footsteps and actually in order to trick them to do various things.
This belongs to the Count. This vampire lord, the Count of Ground-Soaking Blood. The Count of
Ground-Soaking Blood, yes.
That is quite the title. Was the sworn enemy of your father. In the manga, for some reason, he becomes a human and becomes a good guy. The manga was really, really weird.
Yeah, it becomes like an effete, like, dandy, doesn't he?
Yep. He's always wearing, like, flashy coats and hats.
Whereas in this, it's like, he's still a dandy, but he's not very effete.
He's very serious.
Yes.
Do not be afraid, my young vampire hunter. The Crimson Scarf holds the spirit of your father. You are not alone.
I wonder where Dad is, anyway. So, Nukusaku, you're gonna be the, how do I tell you this? You got a promotion. Oh boy, Count, what does that mean? You have to hide here in this coffin.
That seems easy enough. A trap. But he still can't move, it seems. Your gun alone cannot return him to nothingness. You must take the coffin to where the pile driver is outside the castle. Get close to the coffin and press the A button to grab it. On the A button, use the control pad to drag the coffin along. You cannot run or attack while dragging the coffin, so be careful.
You know, I'm so used to Boktai with
Elefan, the monster coffin.
Yes, yes. I liked Elefan. I thought it was funny.
He's a good
Especially
boy.
when you had him as a Dark Django.
You can
and
sleep
so
in
you
him.
could actually,
Whoops.
yeah, you're like, you just walk around with Elefan, just.
And if they get uppity like that and start shaking, you can just shoot them a little, and that'll shut them up. For a while.
Yeah, you haven't gotten to the point in Boktai 2 where you just hit them with a hammer.
Which is always cathartic.
Hey, knock it out.
Yeah, and start flashing red like that, that's when they're getting uppity. If you keep holding the chain during that time, they'll knock you on your butt. It won't really do any damage, but it's annoying and they'll try to make a break for it. Now, how do they move the coffin from inside? Search me.
Yeah, they're rotating, they're rolling.
Well,
Keep rolling.
Stop that.
Yeah, they will like vibrate and start to hit you. And if I recall correctly, the less light you have, it actually will make it such that they'll attack you more often. But don't quote me on that. I'd have to talk to Tortoise about that. He's the one who knows. I played Boktai 2 more than I played Boktai 1.
I played both, but it's been the longest since I played the first. You guys remember 6 years ago when I did a review of these games? That was the last time I played. So, yeah. So, monsters will respond to not just your presence, but also the presence of the coffin. So, you want to be a little careful.
Ironically, you think that, like, immortals would actually eat Bokes, considering that, you know, they want to get the dark matter in their bodies. But they don't do that.
Nope. Well, they're probably more useful as slave labor anyway. I mean, what's better than a motivated workforce that literally never asks for holidays?
Well, I mean, you think about it, you're dying, you know, trying to rebuild your body, and then, you know, just a literal walking chunk of, you know, stem cells is there, so...
That's one way to look at it, but I don't know, the Count doesn't seem interested in doing that, though.
You know, I'm just saying, you know, and it's not like they have a particularly high regard to their book, you know, workforce anyway.
That's true. Well, the books also will revive if they're not purified, so I guess maybe eating them really just wouldn't matter.
That's true, although they do also raise another point. I want to say Otenko is going to bring that up later on, where he's like, yeah, the undeadening of the world, the undeadening literally is causing time to collapse in on itself.
Yep.
And Bok will come in from other times, either past or present.
Yeah. All right. Now, set the coffin in the center of the pile driver.
Oh yeah, you only have 2 drivers for this one.
Yep. Keep it simple.
You don't have to do all 4.
Good. Fire is spreading up the generators that just appeared. Put the knight and hold the B button to fire the spread. Actually, any frame will technically do, but it has to be able to do damage, so the fighter will not work. These generators have been blessed by Gaia, the Motherland, and the Sun Spirit Soul. The power to amplify solar energy. Pile driver is the only thing we can use to purify immortals. So I am going to give us a little bit more firepower for this fight.
You know, that begs the question, though. Later on they mention how the world itself is inimical to life. But that implies that, you know, Mother Gaia actually cares. This raises so many questions about the cosmology of this world.
The way it's explained, as best I understand it, is Gaia is relatively neutral except to what she views as her children. And because regular humans are part of the Earth tribe, and then there's humans who come from the Solar tribe, and there's humans that come from the Lunar tribe, and then there are those who come from the Dark tribe. I know Tenko is making fun of me because I'm taking too long. We're ready! Press the A button over the shining emblem to start the pile driver. Is the sun out? Yes, it is. Don't worry that it's midnight, it's fine. It's not actually midnight, but that's the way the game
What are you? You know, you are a very strange section of Alaska, let me tell you.
Starting purification. Destroy the vampire's solar piles from the generators. The stronger the sunlight striking the sensor, the stronger the solar piles will be. The vampire will resist the solar piles. When it does hit the generators with a spread to boost its power. You can overcome the vampire's resistance. The vampire's darkness gauge, upper right, hits 0. We win. Stop the vampire lord. You can do it, Solar Boy. Yes, it is. And as you see, he'll try to push back. You just want to occasionally kind of just switch it up a little. He really won't do anything other than that.
No, this one won't do much. The later immortals will actually start to attack you.
They'll actually be able to defend themselves. This guy is not that big a deal. Okay.
Yeah, as we'll find out. Oh, spoilers. There's a twist to this one.
Got the Fool card. If you screw up a puzzle so badly that you literally cannot leave the room, you can use the Fool card to reset the room. That's literally all that does.
Mm-hmm.
Incineration of the Dark
Later on, the actual game will be such that you won't be able to be trapped.
Yep.
So
the energy source of the Immortals is complete. This eliminates all possibility of revival. Good work, Solar Boy. I kind of think that I don't.
All possibility of revival. You hear that, Ratatosker? You hear that count of ground-soaking blood?
Oh yes, I did hear it. Fabulous work, by the way. That wasn't me. Snekgo, is it? Good choice. So here you are, Otenko, messenger of the sun. And this must be the new vampire hunter. But I'm afraid you're too late. While you've been busy playing with the decoy, my wounds have healed splendidly. The Count, we've been tricked. I'll teach you a thing or two. When I attacked the city of the sun, San Miguel, and struck my enemy down, I had another objective. Yes, the lunar maiden, Moon Beauty. She is still alive. Do you dare go after her, Otenko? Moon Beauty? Huh, she's your... In that case, there's still a chance. But... I sense darkness to the north. Let's go, Snekgo. We have to save Moon Beauty. Do not fear, Solar Boy. We have the sun. The sun will rise tomorrow.
I don't get it, but okay.
Yeah, alright. I choose not to question this.
I choose to believe the talking sunflower.
I believe that you will not steer me wrong, talking sunflower spirit of light. Snekgo, I must talk to you about something. It's about the solar gun, Gun del Sol. It's a piece of junk. Solar gun takes in sunlight as its energy. If you continue using it under strong
I'm
sunlight
saying
for long...
this solar gun that you have is a piece of junk of a weapon. Take this blessed ass kicker and shoot some undead.
Yeah, I wish. It will overheat. Then you won't be able to fire the solar gun. The bottom right of the screen, the gun mark becomes an X. It's a sign of trouble. If you keep on using it under strong sunlight, it will overheat. Go into the shade and let the solar gun cool down. This is actually tracked software side. This is not a solar sensor thing. After all, the gun will no longer be overheated. Even when the overheat status has ended, the gun is still very hot. If you use it under strong sunlight, it will soon overheat again. If it repeats overheating, the safety mechanism disables the solar gun. The safety mechanism will not undo itself until the sun sets. Be careful. Once it overheats, continue your adventure in the shade or take a break for a while. Do not be reckless. There's no one to replace you. I'm counting on you, Solar Boy Snekgo. Oh yeah, and if you shoot Otenko with the solar lens, he gets a little bit bigger. North is to your upper right. Take the right for Fog Castle. The left road goes north. Find the Count and save Moon Beauty. I'm glad you explained that. Undead. A small cave. I sense darkness. Nothing big.
Boy, I'm sure we're gonna find a lot of interesting Pokemon, and definitely not just Graveler and Zubat, and nothing else.
Yeah. This is the City of Death. Ends of eras are interwoven here in Istrakhan. The undead you defeat can slip through the time fabric and recover. The journey will take us through dangerous dungeons like this one. You'll have to pass through many undead dungeons, through many times and many places. Each time we enter an undead dungeon, the traps and devices will be reset, and the undead will be back. You must not lose heart, even when surrounded by danger, understood? We'll need this. Alright, let's go. This is a teleporting pad. When you finish a dungeon, both ends of the dungeon are linked by this teleporter, and you won't have to go through the entire dungeon again, unless you want to.
Yeah, and there are certain things that you would want to do for that, but it's not necessary. Meh. Is this the one where you get the second battery?
I believe it is. Which is an upgrade that cannot come soon enough.
Because the efficiency of the original Night Frame you get is not good. Later batteries, or later frames, will be a lot more efficient in how powerful and how much energy you actually use.
Yep.
So...
The game also maintains a bit of a selective Z-axis. I can actually kill these guys just fine from above. But you want to be careful, too.
I just had a crazy thought.
What's that?
You know what other game has a very selective Z-axis?
What's that?
And is also about, a single hero fighting against unstoppable odds?
Do tell.
Doom. Doom.
That's
now, I'm not saying that Django is the Doom Slayer, but...
The theory starts here.
I mean, would it really surprise you at all if they happened in the same universe?
Not terribly. As weird and messed up as this world is, having hell portals around would really just be icing on the cake at this point. I don't care that you saw me. I shot you in your stupid face.
Oh, man. Now, in the second game, him being able to see you over there wouldn't have been a problem. Him seeing you now would be a problem.
Problem. Looks like you found a key, Snekgo. Wait a second, that blue key. That's made by immortal hands. If you leave the dungeon, their power will weaken and the key will evaporate. That blue key can only be used inside this dungeon. Remember that. No stealing keys. No mercy for the undead.
If you think about it, you're just allowing them to, return to their eternal rest.
It's a repatriation, really.
If you think about it.
In essence, you're doing them a favor. You're putting them back where they belong.
In the ground. They're just going to run over here, right?
Correct.
Oh, are you just gonna run past them?
You understand my plan flawlessly.
Oh. Yes, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that, the books are kind of stupid.
Yeah, they're really not difficult to fool.
Oh, yes, by the way, you can kill them using, the, bottomless pits.
Yep.
So...
Ah, the axle. Yes, this is a goofy frame because it spins you around in circles, but it's actually pretty good for purifications. For now, I'm going to hold on to the knight, but the axle probably will see some use. Or at least a member of the axle family will. Get purified, Bok. Snekgo. With the blue key, you can probably open the blue door. Stand in front of the door and press the A button. Thank you, Master. I would not have figured that out.
And you said we weren't Doom.
That's fair. Oh, actually, this is a golden opportunity to use the axle. We're locked in! Snekgo, take care of all the enemies you see. Can do, sir.
Oh no, he's spinning around! Whatever will we do?
Like a record, baby. Right, round, round, round. Your rank means nothing to me, game. It's like an exit.
I've seen what you cheer for.
Stealth segments. This will do. Use Warp Magic Square to pass through the dungeon freely. Yes, it's a Warp Magic Square, but it is round. Do not ask. Stand in the middle of the Warp Magic Square and press the A button to warp. Use it as necessary. And for now, I'm going to go back to the knight.
Watch it actually be like Warp Magic Space or something like that. Warp Magic Rune, and they just use Warp Magic Square, because, children are dumb. If we say Warp Magic Formation, then they'll be like, what's a formation?
Heaven forbid we force them to bust out a dictionary.
I'm sorry, if it doesn't have 4 letters, I'm not interested. If it's not something that's in a rap song, then I don't care.
Alright, that was a little sloppy, but it's fine.
A little sloppy, he says.
Oops.
You're gonna have to charge up there, my friend.
Yep. There's our...
Either that or use one of your lunar... use your lunar fruits.
There we go. Now we're ready to bring on the beaten.
There are actually lunar fruits. I forget what they do.
Yeah, the fruits in the series are weird and kind of inconsistent game to game.
I know there's the earth nuts that heal you, which I think are replaced by apples in this one.
The reverse, yes. Apples came first, and then they became the earth nuts. The solar fruits remain solar fruits and serve to recharge your battery. Why eating something refills a battery is a profound mystery indeed.
Which I can only assume are actually lemons. Because they look like lemons.
The wooden box is in the way. We could probably push it, no? To push them? Push them.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking to myself, the undead are like, yes! And we'll put a wooden box in the way, and then the vampire just will never be able to figure out what to do in this situation.
Life fruit. Collect 4 life fruits, your maximum HP permanently extends. So you want to find them if you can.
You don't have to worry about this in later games, because there's this thing called leveling up. Now, this would be a perfect opportunity to use a grenade.
It really would. But I can ad-lib. Get purified.
Arg, I'm Die. Thank you forever.
Well, that's unacceptable.
Watch it be the one ledge that you can't fall off.
Nope, I just didn't go around far enough. Luckily, nothing so complicated. Those... Silver coins. What do those do again? Collect... Oh, I think that opens up the final dungeon to the Silver Tower. Or the Moon Tower, or whatever it's called. That lets you go to the 99 floor challenge where you can get the best solar frame in the game.
Which Tortoise has done.
I did too,
yes,
but I'm not doing that for the sake of this Let's Play. Actually, wait. Yeah, Axel will actually be better. The solar shot won't help us much here.
And the funny thing is these guys actually show up again in Boktai, which is ironic and extreme.
Yep. Everything in Boktai is swords. And in Shinbok, even more so.
Yes. Well, because they, instead of having the hammer and the lance, they have...
great swords and rapiers. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm getting so judged for my disregard for stealth. Ah, yes, the star. The lens that literally does sweet nothing. Oh, wait, no, that's the moon lens. The moon lens does nothing. Star is something you wear when you have no enemies to fight and you just want to store energy in the solar bank. But as long as sunlight is hitting the sensor, you're having that happen anyway, so... kind of redundant. Let's see. Titaku, left or right?
Ooh, left.
Alright, let's do it.
Is it because I'm, a lefty? Yes.
Ancient Forest. I believe this is where we're going to meet the Golem enemies, which are also fun to fight. Snekgo, be careful.
Yep.
Play Golem. Soulless statue. Maybe
the other one is where you encounter mummies. Yep. Honestly, I really like the mummies just because they're...
I'll go back and do both, because we want to get the items, so going back and doing them is not a bad idea. It's in the service of the Immortals now. When golems spot an enemy, they roll into a ball and attack. Don't let them catch a glimpse of you. They'll hear you, so much as step in a puddle. Be very careful. What? Rush in with blatant disregard for my safety? Can do, sir.
Now, the funny thing is that this will continue to be a strategy you can utilize for the rest of the series. Golems will go out of their way and hurt themselves.
Yep. Don't worry, Master. I am the best at stealth. There's only one golem left. There's only one golem left, and they have to do this. Whoops. I think he thought he saw me. He didn't actually... Yeah, sometimes a simple way is best. What can I say?
Do.
They stopped it. Sometimes the way the golem is facing when he stops is a little random. You don't want to make assumptions. They're not as dumb as books, but they're close.
Now, the Iron Golems, the more powerful versions, are a lot more annoying because they are a lot smarter.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still trick them into running into things, but yeah.
We'll have to come back for that. That is not something we can actually deal with yet.
I was about to say, I think we have to defeat
We need the wind lens, so that's going to be a hot minute till we can act on that. This works out fine.
I was about to say, I forget. Is it Carmilla that we have to kill for the Windlands, or...
Yes.
Okay. Which is funny, because she's Earth elemented. Durr. Me, I'm smart. SMRT.
Thought to be close enough to slam into each other, but that's life. Check out this way.
Me, I'm smart. SMRT. Oh my goodness. Bonk.
That never stops being funny.
No, you know what's even funnier? Is when you trick the mummies into killing each other with their flame bombs.
Yeah, because they're weak to fire.
And they both, and so you get a bunch of them together, they all freak out and start throwing bombs at each other, and then they all freak out again, and you're like, just watching it, you just go, you know, I could do something, but I think I'm just gonna let this play out.
Much more satisfying that way, honestly.
It's even funnier in, in Boktai 2 when you get the spear, and you can, you know, reach out ludicrously long, turn on the fire blessing, and then you just watch them freak out.
Bonk.
Oops.
See, I'm using stealth mechanics, and I'm doing exactly what the game wants me to do. Just, you know, very aggressively.
I don't think so, but, you know, considering that the game really seems to want to like, never really engage with the enemies, but, which is funny, because you go to the undead zones at the end of the game, and you're like, you kind of have to.
Yep.
You kind of have to know how to deal with enemies.
Yeah, you're not given much of a say at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Does this one still have the entire thing where you'll lose items if you stay in sun too long?
No, Boktai 2 started that.
Oh.
So you don't have that to worry about, but the game has other ways of punishing you for over-sunning yourself. Is the boss already? I thought there were more items. Nah, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I can always revisit the dungeons off camera if need arises. So, you want to know what's really funny when there's a lot of golems in one place all at the same time? This. Mostly that. Wait, why didn't you get hit? Yeah, stupid cheating golem. Neat. Yeah, whatever. Good enough for government work.
F minus minus.
Kojima hates me because I want to play an action game instead of a stealth game. Anyway, let's dial back and deal with the mummy, shall we? Just for funsies. Catacomb.
Not the Dogacomb, mind. It's the
Yep.
Catacomb.
Much more annoying. Snekgo, keep the noise down. What? These are the mummies, undead servants of immortals. Mummies cannot see, but they have excellent hearing. They hear footsteps that find you immediately. Flatten against the wall and proceed quietly and carefully. Hold down the control pad in the direction of the wall to flatten. Then move along the wall to the control pad. What? You ran. You both ran past me. You both come here. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
You're supposed to throw the bombs at each other. That makes it way funnier. Also, they explode when they die. Thing to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Makes them a bit more
That's not really an
dangerous
issue.
than golems.
Yeah. Honestly, they're not really that bad. The upgraded versions of them, though.
Yeah, that can get annoying real fast.
Really, yeah.
Sup?
But yeah, I think they're probably a more
Well, that's unfortunate.
considering.
Excuse me a minute.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for being a good sport about that.
No problem.
Oops. Problem solved.
Great job there, Hamstray.
Yeah, again, the fact that they can't see you makes it pretty easy for you to readjust around them. The mummies and the golems are supposed to be kind of complementary to each other, but honestly, I find the mummies more dangerous in most cases.
Yeah, and their ability to lob bombs at you is something that they retain throughout the entire series. Whereas you'll notice in Boktai 2 that the Bok's chloroform is significantly changed.
Yep. There's still annoying chlorophyllin, it's just not something that can spit at you anymore.
Well, it's more like a viscous loogie rather than just like weird sentient pixie thing. Yeah.
Now you might be going, Snek, you don't have to be this aggressive. Yes, I do. Don't lie to me.
You don't have to be, but we want to.
I choose to. I woke up this morning and chose violence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. The mummies are actually lighter.
Yep. Whoops.
Oh, no. Folks will actually be heavy enough that they'll
set off pressure plates. Mummies will not.
Yeah. So.
Could you walk any slower?
I could walk backwards.
I'm gonna shoot you twice as hard for that.
Do.
Hey, you guys hear about the mummy who went to jail? Yeah, it was a bum rap. Hey.
You can't see it, but I'm making a face right now.
Beat Mania solar gun frame. Which is, useless. It's a barely functional version of the knight. And he can't get to us, so he's just going to be very confused that he's hearing something and can't act on it. Watch for bombs ahead, and behind, for that matter.
Oh man, I knew I shouldn't eat in Chipotle.
What? didn't think the blast was that damn big.
Oh, that's a load of bupkis.
Okay, so it's small enough for you not to get hit, but it's big enough...
Who is dropping bombs?
Oh, good. I'm playing Pikmin 2 now. What? How did that not hit him? Really? Django must have been on Land's soccer team or something. Finally. Get a little visceral comedy up in here.
Oh, is it because of the solar sensor?
You know, it might be. Let me try turning it down. Nope, still happening. It is what it is.
Still, I don't remember this happening, but then again, it has been on like a.
Been a hot.
It has been hot since I played this one. Yeah.
Don't remember being that aggressive. I remember bombs dropping. I don't remember it being quite like this, though. Also, they can be set on fire till they have 3 flames on their body, and by then they're taking so much damage they basically have no chance to recover at that point. Upside is Django can kick them away. What's up? Told you I'd get to you in good time. So, who's ready for a little pyromania?
I love pyramids. No. Itaku, not pyromania. Pyromania. There is a difference.
Ah, come on. Me without my shotgun frame. Garbage. Calling hot garbage on this nonsense.
When do you get the shotgun?
Somewhere around here. You get it pretty early. The first one is like a big power-up. Also, mummies can spread the fire to one another in a chain reaction. It's really funny. That's why you saw those health bars. Because a whole bunch of them were taking damage all at the same time. Thankfully, being found in a boss chamber does not count against you. I don't think anything else spawns in here. Let's just mosey on out. That was embarrassing enough. But as promised, I cleared both dungeons, so we're back on the road. Got the 4, 50% is probably safe.
Oh.
This must be an Immortal's Dark Seal. You must defeat the Immortal who controls it to continue onward. That is the Seal of the Earth. As you see, I do not have a wind affinity, so I cannot break it. But now we arrive at Bloodrust Mansion.
Ta-da!
Oh man, can't wait till we get sunlight in 4 hours, guys. Oh wait, JK.
In 4 hours, the sun will rise.
I will summon the pile driver.
Meanwhile, the professor's like, I understand that reference.
What? This is the Luna solar gun lens. It does nothing. They used to be moon beauties. She came here. No, it must be one of the Count's traps. My solar sense tells me there are immortals around. This is an immortal dungeon. Stay alert, Snekgo. The difference in an undead dungeon and an immortal dungeon is one that has an immortal in it. Try to guess which one.
Clearly it's the undead dungeon.
Obviously. Dark, isn't it?
Dark, isn't it?
Dungeons are full of dark areas where it's hard to see. Enemies may lurk in the shadows. Check with the R button. Hold on the R button and use a control pad to look around. Push away the darkness with a skylight, or a solar lamp, but still. Be careful when moving in the darkness. So as we know, I'm always careful, and don't ever rush headlong into dangerous situations without thinking it through.
Of course.
This is a neat little puzzle. Snekgo, you won't get the treasure unless you think before you act. Move the boxes with care. You can't drag those movable blocks. If you make a mistake, leave the room and come back. When you re-enter, everything will be the way it originally was. If by chance you can't leave the room, use the Fool card you picked up in Fog Castle. You can start over from the beginning. That card is for the defeated. Use it as a last resort. Gosh, I wonder what it is I'm supposed to do. I don't think I had to do that, but yeah, well, makes me feel better. I think I'm thinking of a later puzzle, but oh well.
You are, but I think you actually did help yourself in that one.
There's a solar lamp over there. Hit it with a solar gun to turn it on. Because an undead would definitely have this in their house. Let's try going this way first. I wonder what this very insistent tapping is trying to draw my attention to. Give me your free stuff.
Give me your free stuff, fat boy. Oh, no!
Oh. Alright. That lattice door over there must be some kind of contraption. That switch on the floor looks like a weight switch. Is there anything you can use as a weight, Snekgo? Gee, I wonder if there is something I can use as a weight, Master.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Not this incredibly overweight bulk over here, who keeps talking about his cheeseburgers.
He's gonna steal my cheeseburger. Someone called ASMR police. Finally! One of the most valuable upgrades in the game is the battery. The double battery does exactly what it sounds like by doubling our energy capacity. We now have 2 bars that we can use. And believe me, I will use it. Ah, spooters. Spooters do not have a stealth mechanic. They just kind of know you're there and don't care until you're close enough for them to attack.
They do not, in fact, actually create floor pizza or do goofy mini-games.
Nope, they don't, actually.
Which is unfortunate.
But back attacks do still do extra damage to them. That is still true.
Mm-hmm.
A spider. You can blast its spider web with the sunlight or light from your gun. Red ones are poison spiders. Watch out for their poison. That's a very laconic explanation.
They're poison spiders. Did you know that? No, I don't think I did.
Oh, now you do.
Whoa, I learned something.
I'm gonna let this next part be a surprise. Alright, didn't go exactly as planned, but it's fine. I don't know why I felt like doing that, I just did.
Yeah, that's alright. I'm not going to judge you. But, you know, everyone else probably will.
Probably. That's what the comment section's for. Heavy nuts push
Everyone else
that
will be like,
smash.
oh man, why are you so bad at this game?
Entrance. Courtyard. Why would I need to go to the entrance? Because I can now do this. Never hurts to keep your head on a swivel.
Mm-hmm.
Volks may get destroyed in sunlight, but mummies and golems do not. Let it just be said, Boktai does not care to hold your hand in that regard. Enter the numbers according to the sum. What is it, a code? Is there a sum somewhere? Somewhere. Maybe numbers can be added to find that sum. Experiment a little. Use the A button to move the levers. Well, class, I wonder if there's something around here that looks like it might be a number. Something that looks like a number.
Yeah, I got nothing.
It's a mystery. Turn over the days and enter the time order. Journal. Look on the 7th stroke of the bell. Had a relaxing dinner and left the house 2 hours later. Took an hour-long stroll to the library and read a few books. You guys following along? 7, 9, 10. New day came. Ate a snack an hour later. 12 and 1. Played with the pigeons for 2 hours in the park. 3. Returned, cleaned for 2 hours. 5. Broke my fast with blood for 3 hours. 8. And at last, a coffin. Same old diet, same old routine. Now, you might be going, Snek! That's a lot. How do you plan to remember it all? Class, let me introduce you to the old way we gamers did business. Pen and paper. So, he wakes up at 7. Had a relaxing dinner and left the house 2 hours later, so the next number is 9. Because we can do basic addition. Took an hour-long stroll to the library, read a few books. 10. New day came, so it's midnight. Named a snack an hour later, so now 1. Played with the pigeons for 2 hours, it's 3. Returned, cleaned for 2 hours, that would be 5. Broke my fast with blood for 3 hours, which would put it at 8, and by the way, the sun would be up by then. And then last, a coffin. Same old diet, same old routine. Except for a very select few places in the world. By 8 o'clock, the sun would very much be up. What? Wait, how... The new day comes at 12. Wait, hang on. No, I didn't want to push that anyway. Turn over the days and enter the time order. Wait, am I just supposed to ignore the day? Hang on, that might change my answer some. 7, 9, 10. Eat a snack an hour later. So just skip that and go to 1. 3, 5, 8. Okay, so turn over the days. So instead, just do 7, 9, 10. Skip it. 3 and 8. Three, 5, 8. Kitaku, am I going crazy? 7, 9, 10. Skip the day. 1, 3, 5, and 8. What did I do differently that time? Ah, forget it. Point is, the puzzle solved. Onward.
This is... If you think this is oblique and kind of obtuse, well...
You ain't seen nothing
I hate
yet.
to tell you, this is actually pretty, pretty normal.
Very straightforward, actually.
Mhm.
A bunch of sound-making things, and then no enemies in here, and that just makes me even more paranoid. Oh yeah, this is solar bamboo. If you needed health, you can beat on this as much as you want, and it will fill your health back up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
This class is an order of operations puzzle. Can you
You
feel
ever
that?
think that Kojima, in order to shield himself from Zoomers, just throws Boktai cartridges at them?
You'd think, right? Dark sensation going beyond that door. It might be the Count. At last, Snekgo.
I keep thinking you're saying Snekgo, at which point I'm like, ah, boy! It's like wrong character.
I found my character motivation, guys! Yeah, in retrospect, it's a little close, but life will go on.
No, it's fine. I think it's funny.
Well, Snekgo is a funny character. You might be going, Snek, what's the point of an elevator you can't ride? That's a very good question. So,
That's a good question.
you remember how we don't actually want to deal damage? Ah, yes, marvelous. Yeah, some enemies are invisible. I kind of forget what makes that gimmick work, but it does. Like, no, legit, I don't remember how that's supposed to work. It just inexplicably happens? Is that a solar sensor thing? Yes. It's these guys. Yeah, I'll be honest, I forgot they were a thing.
Well, you know, it's like Limp Bizkit. The only time that zombies are ever threatening is when they're invisible.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, the zombie boom at the early aughts was really, really tiresome.
Yes, I hate to be that guy, because I had a lot of friends, especially at that period, that was like really big into like, oh my goodness, it's, you know, how would you survive a zombie apocalypse? It's like, guys, zombies are not. That's like the least interesting. Even kind of The Walking Dead pretty much established really early on. They're like, yeah,
You go up a flight of steps. Because...
zombies are not like the most interesting part of a zombie apocalypse. It's
Nope.
the fact that like polite society breaks down. That's what everybody wants. They want the Mad Max, you know, post-apocalypse, but they don't want to actually go.
But they don't
Yeah,
want
so a
their
bunch of people
houses demolished.
Yeah, they don't want, you know, so, yeah, I mean, that's really what it is.
Yeah. The whole room was shaking. What kind of lever is this? That's a fair question, Master.
The shaking lever. The nuclear missile lever. Who knew we were actually in literal, actual Dracula's house?
Ah, man. I don't even get to kill these guys. I have to stun these.
You know, one of these days we're actually going to have to explain that.
Yeah, I'll get around to it.
Yeah, I'll get around to it. Snek says. Oh, wow, look, it's the elevator.
I wonder if this is all starting to go somewhere. You got a bomb solar gun grenade. Grenades are a type of sub-weapon for your solar gun. Bomb explodes on impact. One blast is enough to defeat underlings. Bomb grenades can be shot across walls that are 1 block high. You can get enemies from behind a wall. Bombs make a loud noise when they explode. You don't have to attract unwelcome attention. Put grenades in the gun screen and press the L button to fire. How many shots and spread, there's a limit to how many you can use.
These are not a thing that is... These things only last this game.
Yep. And I tend to hoard them like a dragon, so...
Which is unfortunate, because later on in Lunar Nights, when you actually get the grenade launcher weapon, you could do some really lolsy things with them.
Yeah, you could.
Actually, I kind of griefed Tortoise, because we played a lot of the multiplayer, and so what I do is I you know, trick him, and then proceed to launch grenades over walls. I am a good big brother. I don't bully my little brothers at all.
Snatches of conversation can be heard. Moon beauty without a hitch. How about you? Yes, the earthly maiden going as planned. Good. Guardians. The vampire hunter. I will take care of him. He's just a little boy. Well, it's up to you, Count. That impudent little boy, acting without the Queen's order, that moon child. As I suspected, the Count's inside. But who? No, there's no sense in worrying about it. Snekgo, it's time to confront the Count. Are you ready? Yeah, ready as I'll ever be. Sup? So nice to see you, little hunter. As for the woman... I didn't know you had a woman. She's not dead. She's a sacrifice we complete our plan.
I have a few women, but I'm not into that. I mean, not these women.
This one's
more of
like your age, not mine, you know.
I'm more of a simp for the Queen, but you haven't met her yet?
That's gonna be a minute. I can't keep a lady waiting. It's time. Won't be much of a battle, young shrimp like you. Can't pass up a chance to feast on fresh hunter blood. The band begins to play. Ready for the musical of blood? Wait, no, I'm not ready. Okay, now I'm ready. This is where my strategy begins and ends, Count. Make it, let's make this fight interesting, shall we?
The funny thing is that Red Ringo actually takes his moveset in the second game.
Yep. Well, what are our mortal nemesis for?
I'm gonna steal your moves. Oh man.
Could have sworn I was close enough to hit you, Count. Is that hair a wig?
The better question, young vampire hunter, is Jotaro wearing a hat, or is that his hair?
Yes.
What?
Yes. That's the answer to your question.
No.
No, the answer is yes.
No, you're supposed to... No, you're supposed to tell me an answer. Yes is not an answer.
Yes is the answer, Count. I don't know what you want from me.
Well, you're supposed to be befuddled and then I attack you.
Nah, I'm good. So can you throw your sticks more like at me and not to like the side of me? It's getting a little awkward to hit you with them. Yeah, you're supposed to hit those back at him. I'm just doing a really bad job demonstrating that. Also, Jingo's not in a hurry when he walks, so... Whoops. Excuse me, Count. Gotta have a snack.
Delicious little boy.
Well, if you're gonna have a snack, so am I.
Gonna have some delicious little boy McRib.
Jingo, I really need you to be a little more enthusiastic about getting around the stage. Unfortunately, he doesn't really do that till the second game.
Now, the funny thing is, too, is that you'd think that, there's no reason why they'd ever need to have, another use for that, Django being grabbed thing. Oh, no, they use it. They definitely use it.
Oh, you took her cloak off. I guess that means he's finally getting serious.
I have to take off my jacket. What a world.
You have a suit jacket on under your regular jacket. Count, do you have bad circulation? I know it's kind of an ironic question given the circumstances we're under, but still.
Are you saying he has diabetes?
Yeah. And it's not impossible. I mean, if vampires feed exclusively off of diabetics, wouldn't the vampire eventually become diabetic too?
According to World of Darkness, yes, actually.
I really need a stronger frame than this.
Well, unfortunately, you can't really do anything about that, not until you start getting into more dungeons.
Yep, I need the shotgun is what I need. Missed the dash ability from Boktai.
Well, what you really need to do is stop thinking that you can, game the system with the axle. Unfortunately, it's not that useful in this situation.
No, I thought the damage would split the difference, but it's really not. The low accuracy is actually... The only thing it's good for is when he's in his bat phase. I think he's past that now. Yeah, the consistency is more important right now. I need the dash ability, but I don't get that till the sequel.
Yeah, turns out he's just a giant bat. He is, in fact, a Batman, if you will.
He is, actually, and I will. Looks like she's alright. This is... Moon Beauty? You know for a fact that is not Moon Beauty, Otenko. Don't mess with me right now, man.
Man!
You saved my life, thank you.
I'm gonna have to explain this plot point now.
Yeah, I could.
A lot of this game would, have been, over if Otenko and other people had actually, explained things to Django.
Yeah.
So, listen, apparently you actually have, a twin brother, and,
Your mom and dad are from two different tribes, but it kind of ended up creating this perfect story. You're basically prototypical Bayonetta if Bayonetta was a Shota boy. It's complicated and more dumb than it needs to be, really.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now we need to bully Snek into playing the Bayonetta games.
Oh, good. Another genre I'm terrible at. Spectacle fighters.
Oh, so, okay, alright. Here's another thing now. What we need to do is we need to team up and bully Clockwork to playing them.
That's an idea.
Because he's actually good at spectacle fighters.
Yeah, no, he is. He's really good at Devil May Cry. I've been telling him that he ought to stream that one soon. I'm Otenko, messenger of the sun. This is the Solar Boy, Snekgo, the vampire hunter. Who are you? I'm the caretaker.
Not Snekgo, the vampire hunter.
No, Snekgo, vampire hunter. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It is not by my hand that you are once again given flesh, but by humans who wish to give me tribute.
I'm the caretaker of the Solar Tree. Mother Gaia's earthly maiden Lita. The day the Immortals attacked San Miguel, when I awoke, the Solar Tree and I had been captured by the City of Death. The Solar Tree infected by Istrakhan. The Immortals can't be that strong. Somebody must be behind this. I almost forgot. The solar plant under the Solar Tree. The Earth's energy is activated. Special solar fruits can be grown. By special, she means regular. I'm sure they'll be able to some help to you. Please come see me. Head north from here, follow the road. It's not far. I'll return and prepare the garden for planting. Do you think she'll be fine by herself? Who wants to try me next, filth? Don't worry, Master. She has 99 in Fist. No, legit. She has level 99 in Fist. Well, anyway. Let's do the Count's coffin out of here. He is an immortal, being outside the living realm. The immortals never lived, and they can never die. In time, the Count will recover. Before that happens, use a pile driver to reduce him to nothing. Let's go, Snekgo. Have you been to the passage on the west side of the first floor yet? Huh. Wonder what he's trying to draw my attention to. But, yeah, it's canon. Lita is actually a martial arts master. Problem is that this doesn't do much on undead for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Boktai 2, you can train in Fist. Though
unfortunately, it doesn't really do much, except against very specific enemies.
Only physical enemies are affected by it, and even then it's usually not the best answer.
But it is funny because it is one of the fastest ways you can attack.
That it is. So, remember this elevator I made kind of a big deal out of earlier?
Yes, I remember!
Ta-da!
Wow, is this forethought thing that my mom keeps talking about?
It sure is, Jimmy. It sure is. Alright, you guys. Almost forgot. Now, you might be going, Snek, you just leveled up. That means your stats are better, right? Well, you're half right. I didn't level up, though. My solar lens leveled up. As you purify undead and defeat bosses, your lenses will level up to a max of 3. This will make spreads bigger, it'll make shots bigger, it'll make them do more damage. It's good all around.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you might be thinking, Snek, is it possible to max out all of your lenses, including the star lens that does no damage? Or the Luna lens, which also does no damage? Yes, it is technically doable. The XP that you get from defeating enemies is not doled out until you deal the killing blow. Therefore, if you defeat a boss with a grenade, while the lens is equipped, that lens will receive all of the XP for that kill. It is therefore well within the realm of reason to max out every lens. Have I done this? Yes. Was it worth it? No. You don't need to do that. You can if you want to.
Snek, when he was younger, did many things. Many things that he looks back and says, you know, I wasted my time. I did a lot of really dumb things.
In retrospect,
like,
not my strongest play.
You know, get the true ending of Shadow the Hedgehog. Or make a lot of, you know, creative campaigns and Brave Master. And I go, no, Snek, that wasn't a mistake. Those are art. And then he looks at me like that look of like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No. For better or for worse, I understand completely.
Those are art. I'm a maiden. Yay!
A look halfway between pity and camaraderie.
No!
So, if a book sees the coffin, it'll immediately put it back into full retreat mode. However, that really isn't going to slow you down any. Stop shaking.
Stop it! Get some help. Oh wait, you can't. You're dead. Or were you ever alive to begin with?
Technically, immortals have never been alive. They were never born, they don't die in the traditional sense, they don't really fill a ecological niche, which is why their presence is so deleterious to the world around them.
Which is funny, because it was mentioned in the second game that somehow they have the vulnerable state, but... Rug.
Yeah. My kingdom for a banana. No.
I get it.
You don't understand. Wait. You will before the play is over.
I was about to say, do you have access to bananas yet?
Nope. We haven't even seen them yet. I don't think we get them until we get to Lita's shop. Which, I mean, we're very close to. He's being particularly annoying. Say, dealing with those enemies. How did I not get a blue key? Whatever. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. The details are immaterial anyway. We're outside now. You're gonna shake, rattle, and roll to your heart's content there, Count. It's not gonna do you any good now. No, by all means. Now that my solar lens is level 2, my solar spread is quite the force to be reckoned with. You thought that shortcut was all for nothing. Or if you're, you know, particularly savvy, maybe you figured it out right away. Alright, Count. Let's stop messing around and do this for real. Now, I wonder if this will work. I don't remember if this actually reaches far enough. My positioning needs to be kind of precise, but I think I can fudge this. Now, he will attack. He's much more proactive than the decoy was. But as long as you're kind of moving around, you're not making yourself an easy target, you're going to be fine. Now, hitting the coffin does weaken his dark attack. You don't need to do it. I'm kind of doing that despite coincidence. Impossible. Me expire. That blood of yours belongs to a solar child. You are truly his. Count! What have you done at the Moon Beauty? Ha! That woman. That traitor! Our precious sacrifice for the Queen! She's in the far north, but you'll never make it there. There's no way you can break the seals of the two Dark Guardians. My job is done. Soon the Earthly Maiden will follow. Yeah, I'll be waiting in the land of death, son of my rival. Dark Guardians? You got found too many times. That's why you're a B student, Snek. Dark Seal's gone, and we continue. Snekgo, we must hurry to the Northlands.